Para.
Hello and welcome to Sacred Pause with your host, myself, Kelsey Keil. This is the podcast for anyone looking for a break, a quiet moment to just be, without any other obligations other than to get grounded, get in your heart, get out of your head, and to be still in whatever it is you're struggling with and desperately wanting to heal. Oftentimes, all we need in order to feel at peace is a sacred pause. Do you check your phone pretty much first thing in the morning? Do you immediately feel tense and stressed once you do? Or do you just feel the same, feel numb because it's what you've been doing for as long as you can remember? If you are open to doing things a bit differently when you wake up, I promise you will feel more alive than you ever have and will have an amazing day no matter what is on your plate. If this sounds like something you could use, I promise you this is the episode for you. I'm sure you've all heard of morning routines, and if you don't have one, you probably think, oh, that'd be nice to have time to yourself in the morning. I wish I could do that. Or you just think it's weird, but secretly you kind of want to try it out because it really seems to be working for people. To me, making your mornings actually yours is a no-brainer because I know that when I give myself 30 to 45 minutes first thing in the morning to connect to myself, to my spirit, to source, I know that that will give me the balance, the patience, and the energy I need to succeed for that day. Not only to get my tasks done efficiently, but also to feel great and treat myself and everyone around me great as well. It's a win-win-win. A win for me because I feel balanced, at ease, and full of energy no matter what's going on around me. A win for people around me because I'm not a giant asshole. And it's a win for the world because I'm giving my all to the day, to my work, which I believe is contributing to the collective. So why in the world would I not spend a little bit of time in the morning if that means my entire day will be amazing? When you connect to Source, you'll find you never get tired because your spirit has endless amounts of energy. And when you're following the lead of your spirit and your heart, rather than your mind and your body, you'll just feel better, be better, and then do better. So every morning, without fail, I do at least 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing, which is super simple. You breathe all the way in through your nose while your stomach is going out. So you're breathing air into your stomach, and then you breathe out of your mouth about 70% while your stomach is going in. So you're breathing air out of your stomach. Do that for a minute or two. Then you blow all the air out of your mouth and hold your breath for as long as you can. And when you can't hold it anymore, you breathe in all the way and then hold that at the top for about 30 to 45 seconds or as long as you can. Do that 2 or 3 times. There's also an app called Wim Hof Method that you can download and he will walk you through the whole thing. Super simple and so effective. Please try it out and let me know what you think. After that, I do my own meditation for about 15 minutes or so. So in total, my morning routine usually takes me about 45 minutes, but I can do it in 30 if I'm running low on time. But I always make it a priority because my days are significantly better when I do this. I usually work out after this as well, but if you aren't big on working out or don't have much time in the morning, I would recommend at minimum do some light stretches to get your body awake. So, doing these things every morning is how I connect to Source, how I connect to myself, to my spirit. And I could try, you could try these things, or you can just read or journal or listen to some music, a podcast, if that sounds more your speed. The most important thing is to make this time yours, nobody else's. So wake up a little earlier if you need to. I promise it'll be worth it. Start the day for you, or else you'll get burnt out because most of the things we do during the day is not for us. It's for our kids, our pets, our friends, our family, our work. You need some time for you as well. And when you put yourself first thing in the morning, you'll find that you'll have more time to give your day, more time to give to the people in your life. It's a beautiful thing, all because you gave yourself some time in the morning just to be. Spirituality is a lot of things to me. One being is to follow your spirit's lead. Follow your gut intuition's lead. Follow their lead rather than your mind and your body. And if you are feeding your spirit what it needs, it won't ever steer you in the wrong direction. Never. Will days be hard sometimes? Yes, of course. After all, you are human, but you'll be there for a reason, a purpose way bigger than we can even see sometimes. And you will handle it with ease, with balance, with clarity and focus, rather than frantically trying to fix it. So we have to trust. Trust ourselves and trust the universe, the uniworld. You can handle way more than you think you can. I promise you that. All you have to do is take care of yourself, love yourself, and trust that everything else is taken care of, because it is. We all have a lot of responsibility, a lot. But when it's all said and done, our only real true responsibility is to take care of ourself. Take care of self. That's what God gave us. It's all we were born with. Everything else, all of our other responsibilities are bonuses, lessons, adventures, journeys. So try to treat them like that. Enjoy them, even the hard parts, because it won't be like this forever. Pet your dogs longer. Enjoy the walks you take them on. Really enjoy them. Be present, because one day this will all be over. That is all we know for sure. And if we are lucky enough to make it to an old age, and when we look back, the only thing we will regret is if we didn't love enough, if we didn't enjoy enough, if we didn't do the things we actually wanted to do. So understand that. Really get it, so you can bring this to your everyday, so you won't have any regrets. And when I do my morning routine, that is what I'm connecting to. I'm connecting with this truth, with the truth, so that I'm the best version of myself as possible. So I'll be clear, aware, grateful to just be alive and have this opportunity to live in this world, on this planet. When you take care of yourself, you take care of other people. And when you're taking care of other people because you truly want to, you'll find you'll want to take care of more things, like animals, like the planet. And you'll find that you actually have the energy for it. And you'll realize that the things you do in this world really do make a difference. And this can all be available to you if you just spend some time with you for each and every morning. Just spend some time with yourself and look forward to this time. If you don't at first, I promise you'll start to really look forward to it. It's really that simple. And that's how you know you're connected, when you feel things for other people, when you really care for the well-being of others. Even people you've never even met before. That's a great spot to be. Do whatever it takes to get yourself there, and do whatever it takes to keep yourself there. And I'm telling you, a morning routine is the fastest way to get there. It's a win-win-win. Unfortunately, I feel like people run away from feelings like this. Deep care for others, feelings that make you kind of forget about your own problems. But I encourage you to do the exact opposite. Go towards those feelings. You want to find your purpose and passion? Go wherever you feel the most. Is it scary? Yes. Is it also beautiful and courageous? Definitely. And if you're anything like me, you'll always choose that option when you see them. That's what courage is. Feeling the fears, but doing it anyways, because you know that it's right. You can feel it in your spirit, in your soul, and that's the way to go. Always listen to that voice. Always. It will never, ever, ever steer you in the wrong direction. And remember, even when you're present and taking care of yourself and doing all the right things, things will still come up that are very hard and very uncomfortable. And they're coming up because you're open and you're vulnerable and connected and you're ready to deal with it, ready to heal it. This could be something you've been refusing to acknowledge since you were 8. And oftentimes these push down emotions are from your childhood. And that's when these emotions play out again and again in your adult life, preventing you from growing, preventing you from being the person you truly are, preventing you from feeling how you want to feel. So when these strong, sometimes very heavy and scary emotions just pop up seemingly out of nowhere, please don't push them down. Don't do what you always do. See it, look at it, acknowledge it, and then let it go. That's all it wants. It wants to be seen, then it wants to be free. Free energy, not stuck energy. Would you rather be free and moving and flying, or would you rather be pushed down and stuck, not even able to fully stand up? I'm assuming you'd prefer to be free. These energies in your bodies are the same, so don't do that to them. Don't push them down again. They've stuck with you your whole life, possibly benefiting you in one way or another, but they're coming up now because you're ready. You're ready to fly on your own with nothing holding you back. It feels very scary at first. That's very normal, but then it feels liberating. And soon you'll want nothing to do with anything that ties you down. You'll want nothing to do with anything or anyone that is trying to control you, and that makes you heavier. And just like anything, it just takes practice. So be easy on yourself. This is the work you are meant to be doing. So respect it. It's truly a marathon, not a sprint. If you treat it like a sprint, you'll be burnt out. You'll feel burnt out. So this work is way too big and way too important to rush through. So listen to yourself, listen to your spirit, and take breaks when you need them. You'll only get what you can handle, I promise. There'll also be energies that come up from outside sources, and sometimes you won't be able to just feel them and let them go. But don't worry, there's a way to work through this too. I'll give you a personal example. When Paige and I were deciding whether or not to adopt our newest kitty, Kia, or should I say, I was deciding whether or not to adopt her. This is so interesting to me. So about 3 months ago is when Paige and I packed up a giant moving truck and made the move from California to Utah with a lot of help from our moms. We could not have done it without them. On top of all of this, Paige wanted to adopt a new kitty, our now kitty. Literally like 2 days before we were going to drive to Utah with all of our stuff, all of our animals to a completely new state, a completely new space. With all that worry and unknown, Paige wanted to add another animal to our family without knowing if she, the kitty, would even get along with our animals. And on top of that, she has special needs. So I immediately said no because I just did not feel the timing was right at all. We were all, me, Paige, and the animals, already very overwhelmed and spread thin. But I said if she is still available for adoption once we are in Utah and more settled, and maybe our friends Haley and Brandon can bring her when they come and visit us. So, of course, Luna, now Kia, was still available for adoption. And our friends Haley and Brandon were planning on making the drive to us in about 2 weeks. So for that entire time, Paige was just acting like Kia was already ours before we made a decision on adopting her or not. In Paige's mind, in Paige's world, Kia was already ours, and I was just mind blown in a good and bad way. I was so confused as to how Paige was so clear on this, and I frankly was jealous because it's all I could think about, and it was essentially on me if we would actually adopt her or not, because I guess I had the final decision. Paige was already a hard yes, but I was honestly what felt like a hard no. But because Paige was so all in, even when I told her that I just don't want another animal right now, and I'm leaning towards not adopting her, she would still continue to talk as if Kia was already ours. It was so confusing, and I was using so much of my energy on this decision. I wouldn't even sleep some nights because I couldn't stop thinking about if we should adopt her or not. And to make matters worse and harder for me in my decision, my mom, Paige's mom, Haley, Brandon, everyone seemed to be doing the same thing Paige was doing. How could everyone be so on board with this but me? I didn't feel left out or anything like that. I just felt so confused and tired because I was grappling with this for almost 2 weeks in my mind, literally all the time, until one day, something just came over me, just washed over me like a wave, and I just gave it up and immediately felt lighter. And I immediately knew what just happened. I gave up in the most powerful and liberating way. The first person I told was Haley. I said, while I really don't feel like I want another animal right now, because I'm already overwhelmed as is, I'm going to trust you, trust Paige, trust the universe on this one, and just step out of the way, get out of the way, and let what's supposed to happen just happen. I'm done fighting it. And who am I to say no to giving this beautiful, perfect, special needs kitty the home she deserves? I mean, all I do is stand for adopting animals, giving them a chance they all deserve. So why in the world would I not allow for this to happen and take my own advice? In my own house. And the second I let it all go and gave it all up to the people who I love and trust around me, I felt like me again. I felt free, I felt light, and felt amazing, and I wasn't even worried about what was to come. So, when you find yourself in situations like this, and when you just can't figure it out or can't make a decision no matter what you do, maybe the best option is to just let it go and let something bigger than you handle it. You have all the support you need, all the time. All you have to do is remember. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode. I love and appreciate you more than you know. If you think this episode could help a friend or family member, please share it with them. I need all the help I can get to spread this message of love, peace, and healing to this big, beautiful world. And if you're really enjoying listening to this podcast, please leave me a rating and review. It helps me out so much. And if you want some more of my content before my next episode, follow me on Instagram at Kelsey W. Keil for daily love and inspiration. So grateful for you. Talk to you soon.